already know what it is. Life 3 Reanimated, Life 96, Watch Interest, BBBS Rick. If the OG, yo, tell me what it is.
What's good, what's good? Iam KFM in the building, colorful music.
You already know.
For those who know me out there, Tucker Gun Films. You know, I got a few aliases, but you know how that go. Here with the Life Reanimated, you know what I'm saying? Happy to be in the building. Yeah. First time on the podcast scene. I don't even really want to call it podcast, but we're just gonna call it, you know what I mean? Just vibing, just speaking to the world. You know what I mean?
Vibes, you know, just using that expression. It's like I was just talking like on the last video, like how like hip hop is just so universal, and how jazz was the first postmodern music before we knew it was postmodern and stuff like that. So like now hip hop is like the new freedom of speech, so everybody getting into it because it's like the new way how like a nigga write a book and shit, like, you know, or like, you know how like people like write plays, like now it's like this is like how a person is like the new modern day Shakespeare, like,
right, and it's right at the push of a button.
For real,
you know, they don't gotta go too far. Some of them put in some work, but you know, a lot of them they ain't gotta put in no work because you can just do it right from wherever you at. And like you said, it's more like it's just repeating itself, but at the same time, like you said, it's just so easy for them to just, it's like come up with some Shakespeare or some type of Plato, you know what I'm saying? Like different poetry and that, but it started from the root, like you said, like.
And like I was telling them like how like hip hop originated in New York because like the jazz influence coming from like the Harlem Renaissance, and then like also like the immigration from like the Afro Latin America vibe, because you know they come in here playing stuff on crates and stuff, and that's also getting thrown into like the beat breaks, and like that's more about the like congruency, I think that's the word, like or something like that.
Right.
So, like pretty much being together, like vibing out. And I was telling like when the first people started doing hip hop, they wasn't doing it for bread. They was just doing it to kick it and eat hot dogs. Like,
you know what I'm saying? And express themselves, and you know what I mean. And it's just this, you know what I mean. Expression. It's just expression, man.
For real.
Expressing like, yourself to the true fullest high extent that you can do it to.
Word.
You know what I mean? And like you said, the music came from crates and beatboxing and hitting a rock or just. Noises, just water, sounds, you know what I mean?
Like
and people kind of forget that. Not the people who really dig, you know, the soul of music and hip hop and respect everything about it. But the other ones is just they don't really give a fuck about what it is. It's like, yo, put the beat on and this, that, and the third. And it's not wrong with that, I guess, but they should at least sometimes throw that out there that they have looked up, you know, other people before them, and you know they liked it this way, so they want to do it a newer version because they're younger or whatever. But don't
it's
just not say nothing.
Yeah, and that just touched on like one of the points I made. Like hip hop is like a representation of the people and like where the people are at here and now, and it's just like, you know, it's just like as like technology and time is passing, everything is gonna increase, because before it's just like you simply had to just like play it like in a band, but now it's like you don't even have to know how to like play any instruments, and you could just sit here and just make a beat on your computer. Like, bro, like my little brother could just buy a laptop and just, you know, start making music if he really wanted to, and he's like 8, like anybody could do it now.
Right. And not even have to put like any type of energy or research, backgrounds, you know.
And YouTube is free. You can make money off of YouTube, and YouTube is 100% free.
Right.
You don't have to buy no domain name, none of that. It's like it's just free. It's just like
open field.
Yeah, open field. Even like I said, your little brother, your son, your auntie, your grandma, your brother, your sister, your mother, your father. Anybody can have a YouTube channel. It's like you just be thinking about this in your room all day anyway. So like, why not record it?
I could just stand there with a sign on the side of the street with a message on it, and upload a beat to it, and go viral.
For real, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like,
and even if I didn't say too much, that on the post, on the paper or the cardboard,
because like
people,
pictures mean 1,000 words, videos mean 1,000,000.
Depending on what I say, people are gonna take it a certain way. Now I'm either famous or anti-jerk or whatever you want to call it.
But it's like, you know, they say like all fame and like the bad shit is just as good as, you know, the good shit. Like, you know, it don't really matter. Like,
so they say you can't take the good without the bad.
Yeah, but like it's just
what is good is bad and what's bad is good, kind of like.
Yeah, in a sense, like when it comes to like the fame shit, it feels like you could just do some like bullshit that's like fucked up, and it's just like that's just like what.
But if we do it right now, we going to jail. Or we getting called out.
It's like but like nowadays it's like.
But if we famous, we get away with it to a certain extent, and it'll be okay, like you saying. It'll be okay.
It's like shit'll go viral just cause like
it's bullshit.
It's just like it's just bullshit. It's just like we're not like really. It's like people like shit for shallow reasons. So
right.
It's like anything like the like boom gang, hard like gang shit.
I'm glad you got down on that topic because
like, you know what I mean?
There's no more appreciation for anything. It's just you know. Say what you want, do what you want. We know it's freedom of speech, but
it's like people aren't really saying what they mean and meaning what they say.
Right.
It's like they're just doing it because like you could say something to like it's kind of like the good publicity and bad publicity is the same thing. It's just
right.
Because people are talking about you. So it's like people like how they're saying like fuck pop nowadays. It's like they know if you say that, it's just like obviously people are gonna react to it. It's just like when it don't really matter. It's like I don't care who killed Pac. I don't care who killed Biggie. It's like I just want them to be that and like just let them rest. It's like you know. What I mean?
Right. And it's these years, these people just it's like you said, the media is just so wicked that they gotta people just say whatever. Like it just like you say, it's open field.
Yeah.
There's no real respect or love for like whatever they're trying to do.
No compassion.
No compassion. You
said
no
right
compassion.
Yeah.
No compassion for y'all out there. No
compassion. Like just trying to get it. It's just like because a lot of people are like sleeping out like on stoops and shit, and it's getting publicized. So it's just like anybody with a smartphone, it's just like.
And that's been happening. It's been going on.
But now it's like now they got a voice. It's like anybody could be a comedian from their smartphone nowadays.
This is what I'm saying.
Stand up.
No heart. Right. And not to say and I'm glad you touched on that. Let's remember for some people, at a time it was not that much technology as it is now.
Yeah.
As you could get it right now, hands on or up close, live and direct, if you want to say. So you had to either go to these venues or people had to push your name by saying, yo, every time we see him, he's funny. Yo, every time, you know what I mean? Like, your name is getting a buzz from somewhere. Not just like you say, you just got a smartphone and you just snap a picture or a video and now you funny and now you blow up.
I feel like back then it would have been easier because you got to get all the embarrassment and like fuck shit out the way first.
Right.
Like when I was doing my first, bro, like I did like my third show I ever did. It's like I was the last one, and like, I kind of don't want to ever be last. Like at least not in like a town like this, cause it's like everyone's drunk at that point and just want to go home. So it's like me, it's like I'm the type of person I am. I'm just gonna do it anyway. So it's just like.
Now for those who don't really know that little part what we say right there, that's like for. I'm not saying all small towns or small little. Urban or suburb or villages or whatever. I'm not saying it's like that everywhere, but out here,
you gotta have the people there to fuck with you.
By the time you get ready to perform, it's like, you said
like
people.
Random people is not gonna really fuck with you.
I heard a few people mention that.
I
heard a few people mention that. So
like your core will stay out there like for you because that's your core, but like random people, they're not gonna do that.
Right. But it's no diss to none of y'all that we, any of those out there listening. Like we love the music, the vibe, the people, whether y'all showed up or did it. Like, some people can't make it at the time and some can. So we appreciate all of it.
We pay our dues.
Right.
Gotta do the performance anyway.
But it's not really, we gotta get the music market out here going a little better. That way people not so kind of like saucy by the time the act go on. That way they can really appreciate it. You know what I mean? Even if it's someone they want to see up there, then they need to just push the person to go harder so that they can have them up there on the stage at their performance, switch it all on and off. Have a couple different acts up there or whatever. But you said it right, man. Because that make people think sometimes, I don't want to go first or go third and I keep hearing a lot of artists in the rap game, they say that. They be like, some people tell them, go first or go last. Don't ever be last. Don't ever be first. Or, the hottest band back in the day, they said the hottest always went last.
Yeah.
See, so now it might be different.
Like me, I kind of want to go like third, fourth, like, you know what I mean? That way it's just like it's still building up, cause like my shit is just more like that cool vibe. So it's like I feel like I could cool it down enough for somebody to make it hot again. Like, you know
that's real.
I mean?
That's real.
Like,
that's real.
It just can't be too hot all the time. So you gotta let it cool down.
Right.
Just like, you know.
And you want different multiples of hot.
Yeah.
Of fire.
Like,
you know what I'm saying?
It's like,
everybody like the stage. You know what I'm saying? So that'll be ill. Not just one act kill it. You know what I mean? They be nice with it. It's like now every act they got on there was nice. They all represented whatever clique, crew, or town, or you know, entertainment they was representing, or company. They were doing their thing.
So like, what do you feel like? Where do you feel like hip hop is going? Like the state of the people that's representing hip hop. Where do you feel like hip hop is going? You look at it like
that's
that.
a deep question, my brother.
And where do you feel like you fit in and we fit in as a culture in hip hop? Like people like me and you, because like I said, you my OG.
Well, respect due to that. Bless, respect always, and appreciate that. I don't know. It's kind of hard to say because I'm on the outside looking in. You know what I mean? Like I'm not actually in the industry or in that loop per se. But you know, I know some friends
part
and
of the
people
culture,
who
though.
are trying to be. Yeah, I'm part of the culture. You know what I mean? So it does have effect. You know what I mean? I did grow up listening to it. Still listening to it. You know what I mean? And I vibe off of every element of it. And I don't want to say and be criticized. Viewers out there listening. You know, but I got to keep it honest and keep it real. You know, just my opinion. You know, I mean, I could state a few facts, but if I state a fact, then I definitely have to back that up with facts. And so I'm going to just base my opinion. Like, and we can get another interview on this a little later at another time, and we can go in a little more on it. But just for right now, like, I just feel like everything. Well, let me just say this: for people who know about change, or just we ain't got to get too deep, but just like nature, everything, you got 4 seasons, things change, right? Yeah. So we know that music is always gonna change, because if it didn't, then it would still be sounding like it did way back in the day.
Yeah.
We wouldn't have no electronics or gadgets to play with as far as doing music.
Yeah.
Equipment, we would just be still banging on the crate, tambourine outside, or egg carton, you know what I mean? Lighting fire, you know, making noises, woo, 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 you know, different things, you know, from the tribal land. You know how we did and how we do, and our people are still doing it, you know what I mean? But, you know, for us in this modern society over here, you know what I mean, we doing it a little different. Yeah, so we had to evolve, right? Or evolve, you know what I mean? We had to move with the times, they say. You know, some of us, you know, we still got it in us, like, we like, but, you know, so we do both. You know, we try to balance both. You know, stay tied to the motherland, to the land, period, wherever we at, and then try to deal with a little bit of this technology frequency in this matrix world. You know what I mean? Because hip hop is just keeps revolving. You got gangster shit. You got kill 'em shit. You got conscious shit. You got punk rock shit.
I was just saying hip hop evolved so much, just like jazz music, that you can find any type of genre that you like. That's like you got like it just came to the point where like hip hop got its own taboos, where it's like either you like the person who's spitting that philosophical shit, or you like the gangster rapper and the stripper like with the fat ass and the big titties, and like the niggas who smoke blunts out my niggas. Like, you know, you want to listen to that stuff, and like, you know, we all get turned up in that stuff, because like that's how the party music has evolved. It's like the lyricism, it's just like that was just more or less the golden age of it, to show it like what the height and the pinnacle of it could be when it's the textbook rhyme basics. But now it's just like hip hop is evolving in a state where it's like it's evolving sonically. It's breaking all those like those boundaries and stuff.
Now people don't even gotta rap. You just play the beat.
Or you just play the beat.
What's it, EDMI or something they doing now?
Like, yeah, it's like the MIDI and stuff like that. Yeah,
like you ain't even gotta say nothing no more.
Word. It's just like you
like come on, like it's no disrespect to that, because you know it's always before people were probably saying a word or mumbling a sound or to something of nature or music or tunes or anything you want to call symbolic to making a sound, right? They I guess they would have to harmonize, right?
Yeah, harmonize it,
or just you have to have some type of energy or some type of, you can stomp your feet, clap your hands, all them are sounds.
Word, yeah.
So you
can't pick it up.
Yes.
Yeah, so you already know that was my man JB, the OG. You already know it's your boy Rick, Life 96, watching the wrist, look at that shit, look at that bitch.
You know what it is, aka I Am KFM. It's the colorful music for those who know me, since I've been doing the mixtapes for people, helping them out, trying to do some little drops, bring the little town together, get it shaking, you know what I mean? But you know, Tucker Gun Films on YouTube, you know how we do. You know what I mean? I'm trying to get it popping everywhere I go. You know what I mean? But only on some just natural things, man. I don't want to do nothing out of the extraordinary. You know what I mean? Just for the love. You know what I mean? If I can make a few dollars, cool. But it's just really for the love and the craft and the art, because that's what I love about all this music and this vibe. So I'm happy to be here. My first time on the podcast. Life Reanimated. Matter of fact, let me get that right. You know what I'm saying? So y'all know y'all gonna be hearing from me again, man.
And
Bless,
if you like
man.
the sounds, that's from your boy.
Yeah, yo, oh yeah, you better go check out the boy Beats. The boy got some beats. He got some beats, man. Beats.
Yeah.